Hello friends, let's get into one more very important point in goodwill. Yes, in the previous introduction video you would have seen what are the different methods. But before that we should know one very important aspect of average profits. When we compute the profits, we have to adjust some points. What are they? Without this adjustment, if you are going to work out, you might end up with a wrong goodwill. So we need to do such adjustments. What are the adjustments? Let's see. If you go to page number 3.6 in the 2022 edition of Garewal, you can see the list of adjustments which is there. Apart from your normal profit, what happens? We need to make certain adjustments. I'll discuss each of these adjustments right now. Yes. So the first adjustment is abnormal losses. So what is an abnormal loss? This loss you never expected. Okay, it is not part of your business, but this loss was incurred. Because of this loss, what happened? Your profit actually came down and you ended up with a less profit. So now what we have to do is we have to add back this abnormal loss to the normal profit. Yes, we have to add back because this abnormal loss actually reduced your profit. So it is a time to add back this abnormal loss. That is point 1. The point 2 is loss on sale of fixed assets. So what happens when there is going to be loss on sale of fixed assets? Do you do sale of fixed assets every now and then? No, of course not. Again, because you made a loss, your overall profit would have come down and your average profits will also be down. So what happens? We have to add this back. We have to add back, like abnormal loss, we will also add back losses on sale of fixed assets. The next adjustment is overvaluation of opening stock and undervaluation of closing stock. Now what happens? Because the closing stock was undervalued, that means let's take for example, if it was worth 100 rupees and you undervalued it to 90 rupees. So when you undervalued, what happened? Your profit would have gone down. Yes, your gross profit would have been less because you put less closing stock. Then what happens? Now to correct it, we have to add it back. If you are due to overvaluation of opening stock, what happens? Your gross profit would have been less, so we have to add it back so that you arrive at the corrected normal profit. Non-recurring expenses which are not expected in future. What are these non-recurring expenses? For example, if you are going to have some expenses which were incurred in few of the years, but they are not going to be incurred in future, that means we have to add them back because they were unnecessarily expensed. So we will add them back, non-recurring expenses. Then the last point, capital expenditure charged as revenue expenditure. Instead of capitalizing, you take it to revenue. So that means what happened? Because of the revenue, your profit would have been less, then we will add this back so that you get your corrected profits. So this is the reason why we have to add all these 5 items. Are they? Abnormal loss. Second one, loss on sale of fixed assets, overvaluation of opening stock and undervaluation of closing stock, non-recurring expenses, capital expenditure charged to revenue expenditure. So these items we are going to add back to get the corrected profit. So this is one part. Now we have certain points which have to be reduced. What are they? One by one. But this is going to be just the opposite of what we learned just now. That means we are going to add, that means we are going to subtract abnormal gains because earlier abnormal losses we added. Now the second point will be overvaluation of closing stock and undervaluation of opening stock. I repeat, overvaluation of closing stock and undervaluation of opening stock. Like we learnt earlier, because of overvaluation of closing stock, what happens? Your profit will be more. It is unnecessarily more. So we have to reduce it, right? So we'll subtract it. Same way, because of undervaluation of opening stock, again your profits will be more by mistake. So we will reduce the undervaluation of opening stock. Any non-recurring incomes, that also we will reduce because that income is not expected, right? So we will reduce them. Income from non-trade investments. Income from non-trade investment is not related to your business, therefore we have to reduce it. So non-trade investment, any income you are going to get means we are going to simply reduce it. Management costs like partners remuneration which was not deducted earlier. So if they find out that the partners remuneration was not deducted, then this is the time to deduct and we will reduce it. So this is also going to be reduced. Any future expenses like insurance premium, this also we have to reduce because this expense was not incurred earlier but we are going to incur in the future, so we have to reduce the insurance premium. So these are the points which we are going to reduce and arrive at the adjusted profit. So we started from the normal profit and we added these items and we subtracted these items and we arrive at the normal profit. and then we find the average profit, right? So I'm sure this will be very helpful tip, because if you do not read the entire question, then you might end up with the wrong goodwill. So this is the time you correct it. Take care. Bye.